Hello there, team. Hey, it's Joe Ozu here today. And today I thought I'd make a quick example on three different types of button actions you can do. And that would be a toggle action, a normally open action, and a normally closed action. So if you look at this here database I've got three flag tags that are mapped to some other device that's acting as a PLC. And you can see I've got this is bit 0, this one's bit 1, you can tell right here, and this one's bit 2 of the same 40,000 watt holy register. And in this case, over here on display pages, I've got these graphics built. These are just the tags out here showing the status. But if I double click on this button, you can see here it's mapped to this bit, which will show these changes, the conditions. But if I go to the Action tab on the Operation pull down, I have selected Push button, and this one I've got set to toggle, which means when I touch it once, it should turn it on, and when I tap it again, it should turn it off, and just generally speaking, toggle my actions. If I go to the second one, which is the normally open connection, I'll double click on this guy, and it's bit 1, and on the action, I'm doing normally open here, momentary, under these pull downs here. And then if I go to the third one, this one right here, it is set up as normally closed momentary, bit 2 in this case. I want you to notice in all three of these, I have the hold time currently set to 0. So there's no forced hold time here within the HMI. So that's what I've got running on here. And if I go ahead and download this quickly to my device, just to prove we're talking, all right. So now if I pull up, there's the screen. I'm also monitoring the PLC side, which is another red line device just acting as a slave. But if I click on this button here, now I'm going to click on this in the web server, and you can see I can turn it on one time, I click again, turn it off, I can click, it toggles on and off. And you see I also have a counter that every time it goes on, I'm counting that action in this case. Now this one here, if I click on it, notice I'm using the web page, nothing's happening. I'm actually clicking on my mouse, and this one here. Now that one, it picked up the first one, which finally turned it to normally closed. It's stuck in that position now. But I can't click on either of these two from the web page. However, with the actual HMI here, I'm going to try to hold it up and see if you can hear me. I'm going to click here. Here we go. I clicked it one time. I clicked it again. And you can see that's the normally open operation. It closes when I hold it down and let go of it. Okay. Now the other one, normally open was the first one. This one here is the normally closed. I'm going to click on this one on my unit. Here we go. So you can see when I hold it down, it opens the connection. Let it down, it closes the connection. So that's there working in that case. Now, one of the things I've noticed about this team is that with these momentary, if you hit them really fast, uh, sometimes your PLC won't pick up on this. So for instance, if I click on this one, I'm still web page doesn't work at all, but if I click on a little screen, say I do 5 in a row, I'm going to do 5, let's see if you can hear this. You can see that it worked. I went not too fast, but I clicked it. Let me reset the counters here, so that way they're all back. Let me try that again. Let me do the 5 here again. All right, so you see that that worked. You know what else thing I'm going to do here? Let me clear this one more time, and let me clear the counters that are happening over here at the PLC. We want to see if this one corresponds with this number when I hit that 5 again. So let's try this one more time. Here we go. Okay, so that matched, and I kind of held those down a little longer than I should have. Let's try this one, and let's go quicker this time. Let's see what happens this time. Press 5 in a row this time. So I did 5 that time. I heard 5 beeps. I don't know if the recording picked it up, but there's 5 beeps. But I want you to notice this signaled only 7. So out of the 5 that I did that time, honestly, only 2 of them were on long enough for the HMI to trigger it, to send it here. And then, of course, this guy saw it over here. Let's try that a little quicker and see if I can get this number to go bigger and this one not. So let's try it again. Here we go. Okay, that time I did it. I did 5 times that time, I think I did. And I got 9 here, but I got 10 over here. So you can see that by doing this really quick, uh, the comms between the HMI with a normally open or just a momentary action, if you will, it won't see it over here. So let me talk about possibly a fix for this. If I go back to the HMI program, and if I double click on this, and let's say we put in a hold time of 100 milliseconds. So this time, whenever I tap this, it's going to hold it for 100 milliseconds and then release it. So I'm going to do that on that one, and I'll do that on this one here as well. And I also want to see if by doing this, can I now possibly control this over the web page? Because I was not able to earlier at all control this from the web page. So let's go ahead and download this to it. All right, let's go back and look at our live unit here. There it comes back online. Got our counters all reset. All right, looks good. My toggle, if I click it here, still works good. Let's go ahead and click on this on the web page. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Hey, so now on the web page, it's at least registering it. All right, it's matching. Okay, let's see. Let me get it up to 10. That matches. Let me reset the counters. Let's try clicking here on the web page a little faster. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know if that was really consistent, but notice this inconsistency. This says 8 taps. This thing only saw 6. So even though I have 100 milliseconds in there, and I don't know exactly how fast I clicked it, but obviously I was clicking faster than that, and this didn't pick up as many as the local screen did. So something to ponder with using the something to ponder when using a momentary action here. Now, if I go back and maybe adjust this, let's say we put this a little longer, 200 milliseconds this time. And let's change this one just for giggles. Let's go to 50 on this guy. Okay, so let me download this to it. All right, go back and look at our screens here. Okay, I'm going to reset my counters. They're all reset. So what I'm trying this time is at 50 milliseconds, can I control this over the web page? So let's see. Yep, I sure can. And I want you to notice something. What I'm doing here is I'm clicking, and I'm holding down my clicker, but it only registered that click. So that's interesting. Maybe that's a good thing because I'm actually able to do a momentary from the web page by adding at least a 50 millisecond delay. What about this guy here? Now, this guy's got a 200 millisecond delay on it. So if I click on this one, same thing here. You might be able to see a little bit of delay. Again, I'm holding my mouse down. You can definitely see this one's faster. This one's got the 200 millisecond delay in it. So notice the count here. It's interesting that this is off by 1. Oh, I know why it's off, because this is a normally closed, so it's not registering the first one. That's why it's, yeah, I think that's why I missed it there. But anyway, the point being of this exercise is that sometimes with a momentary action here on a tag, on a display page on HMI, your PLC may not see it. So something to ponder when you're doing this, that you either might want to add a hold time, or you might want to make sure that the operator holds it down for longer than just a split second, just so that the PLC can register. So I just thought I'd quickly go through a video on the toggle actions that are available on buttons. You got your toggle, you're normally open, and you're normally closed. Hey, thanks a lot, folks. Have a great day.